Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a tutorial, especially for this eye look specifically. I posted a picture on Instagram and somebody commented if I can do a tutorial for you, especially because I use the new, very affordable Wet n Wild Not a Basic Peach palette. This is like $5. I'll link the review, full-on review and demo of this palette, but it is amazing. $5, a very affordable. Wet n Wild did a great job. So yes, the smoky eye is just with this palette. I love these palettes that Wet n Wild came out with. So if you want to see how I got this eye look, and then I kind of switched up the things a little bit, but I wanted to keep it very affordable. Especially this lip. I am loving this lip. I switched it up. I think in the picture I used my MILANI Delight Gloss, the combo that I basically did in my last video, my MILANI tutorial. But I wanted to try my Hard Candy Velvet Mousse lipstick in the shade Dahlia. I love it. I love it so much. This is from Hard Candy. I got mine at Walmart and I love this color so much. So if you guys want to see how I got this look using products from the drugstore, or you can find online very affordable brands, keep on watching. So I'm going to start off with the Wet n Wild Not a Basic Peach palette, and I'm taking that matte white, kind of a hint of beige in their shade, and just setting my eyeshadow primer. And then I'm going to go into the palette with a Sonia Kashuk fluffy brush and taking that orange shade and just adding this as my all over like transition shade, just kind of working that in. You can go in with something lighter like that peach shade underneath. Sometimes I'll like kind of mix and match those and kind of play with them or even combine them. Then I'm going to go in with that, it actually says transition shade in it, and I'm going to add that. This is going to go more directly into my crease rather than like more of a blown out color. So we're going to focus this into the crease just to kind of add that intensity, or to begin to create that kind of transition into the darker shade. Then I'm going to go ahead and take some concealer. This is my Colourpop concealer, and I'm just going to kind of carve out my lid just so that, you know, we can help whatever shade I'm going to put on the lid just kind of pop out a little bit more, and then you kind of get that more precise placement. And the brush I'm using is just a Real Techniques brush. I like this a lot to carve out the lid or under my brows. It came with one of those Real Techniques kits, which I really like that contour brush. Then I'm going to go in with that shimmery shade. It's kind of like an orange. You know what this kind of reminds me of? This reminds me of like NARS Orgasm type of blush shade, their lip gloss shade, but like on steroids. And I'm just going to add that to my lid. And I actually wanted to add a little bit fixed blush just to intensify, but on its own, I think it's beautiful. So it kind of has like orange, then it kind of has like rose goldish, some gold in there. It's really nice. So it's not just like one flat type of color. Then I'm just going in with that crease shade and just kind of blending out my lid a little bit more. Then I'm going to go ahead and just kind of clean up. I'm just taking, honestly, I just use baby wipes. You can use makeup wipes, but you know, especially if you get a little bit of fallout, you can just go ahead and clean that up in preparation for primer. And the primer I'm using is the L'Oreal Infallible Glow Lock Illuminating Primer. I've really been liking this, and I think this is a really great drugstore primer to use. So I'm just going to use that to prep my face and just kind of like, I like to do this before I do my foundation just to kind of let the primer sink in. So in between I kind of do other things like I'm doing right now. Since I already have my brows on, I'm going to go back in with that Colourpop concealer and just clean up underneath the brows a little bit just to sharpen them and just make them look, you know, a little bit cleaner. And especially if maybe you went a little up high with your transition shade, you can kind of clean that up with the concealer, kind of carve out that, you know, under eyebrow space. And I'm going to go into the palette, and now this is a more, has a little bit of shimmer type of white shade, but it's not too intense, so we're just going to do that underneath the brows. And then I'm just going to go back in originally with that orange shade, not that like reddish tone one, but just kind of blending everything out just so you have a nicer transition. Then going back into the palette with that dark brown, which is actually a really nice dark intense brown, and an Anastasia brush, and I'm just kind of placing that where I want to smoke it out and just bringing it in, but not all the way in above my crease, and then now blending it out. The foundation I'm going to use is the Physicians Formula, their Healthy Foundation. This is a new one. I actually just did a review and demo on the foundation, so I will link that on the description box if you guys are curious. And I'm blending it out with a Wet n Wild. This is their stippling brush. I love this brush so much, especially with this foundation. So if you guys want to learn a little bit more, you should check it out. Then I'm going to go in with, this is the Hard Candy Orange Color Corrector. I'm testing it out. Definitely want to do a full-on review for you guys. So let me know if you kind of want to hear my thoughts on that. And I'll make sure to, you know, use a little bit more and let you guys know. And I'm going to go ahead and blend that out with my Real Techniques sponge. You know, this is to help cancel out the dark circles. On top of that, I'm going to go back in with my Colourpop concealer, and this is my lighter shade. I actually bought 2 shades and I finished the other one, so I was like, well, let's bust out the lighter shade since it's winter. I'm a little bit lighter. Just adding that the areas I want to highlight, which is why I kind of put the color corrector under my eyes first, since this is a lighter shade. But I think it's definitely, you know, we can still work with it. I need to replenish on the other one. And then just blending that out with my sponge as well. And honestly, the more you kind of like open your eyes, even open your mouth and stuff, just to really trying to work that into so we don't have any creasing. And to set that, I'm going to go ahead and take my e.l.f. This is the Translucent Setting Powder, Loose Setting Powder, and just adding that underneath my eyes. So I'll sometimes go in one more time and just kind of blend the concealer and then add the powder just to really eliminate any creasing underneath my eyes. If you don't have that problem, you don't have to, but I have that problem. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm testing out another product. This is the Rimmel Insta Duo Contour Stick. I picked up the shade medium, which I'm glad, because light probably would have been too light for my skin tone. So today is like the first time using it, so I just kind of wanted to see, you know, this is another great contour stick, cream contour stick, which I do like from time to time. You know, definitely want to find a good drugstore one. So just blending it out with my sponge, and I think I'm also going to test it out with a brush. Usually, like, I like blending it out with a dual fiber brush to see if I like that a little bit better, so that I can still kind of see the coloring after I blend it out. You know, don't want to blend it off completely with the sponge. So just playing around with it. Also, let me know if you guys, you know, are looking forward to seeing that as well. So many new drugstore products. Then I'm going to take my Hello Halo liquid highlighter from Wet n Wild. I love this so much, and I just wanted to show you guys just this liquid highlighter on its own is probably all you need. But you know, if you want to glow, you'll do what I do in the other steps. So just adding that where I kind of want to highlight around the face, and then I'm going to go ahead and take my sponge. You can use your fingers, but I was like, well, might as well, you know, use a sponge and blend that out. This is a really nice shade, I think, for my skin tone. Complements it really, really well. I think I also bought the pink one, which I like, just depending, I feel like, what eye look I'm using. And since I did kind of more peachy, I definitely went for the Gilded Glow shade, which, you know, I think complements it really, really well. So, but honestly, yeah, just look, this is just this liquid highlight, and you can definitely see it. So if you want just a liquid highlight, I would definitely recommend this one. Then I'm going to go ahead and take my NYX Matte Liquid Liner, and of course I'm going to do my wing. I just love a wing, especially on the weekend. Sometimes I don't always do like a wing liner during the week because ain't nobody got time sometimes. You just gotta slap some makeup on. But when we go glam, I definitely like to do a wing liner. And for my lashes, I added my Cocoa lashes in Queen Bee, just so you guys can see. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take my L'Oreal Voluminous Smolding Liner and just tightline my waterline. I went for black. You can also, I think, brown would be very complimentary for this look as well, but definitely just wanted to intensify it a little bit and add the black and just kind of like smoke it out just a little bit on the corner, outer corner of your eye. And then I'm going to go in with that dark brown again and just kind of smudge it out a little bit more just to give it a little bit more intensity. And this really helps set the liner as well, especially on your waterline. It's weird, but it helps keep it in place. Then I'm just going back in with that reddish brown transition shade I used in my crease and just kind of blending out that brown shade as well. Then I'm going to take my MILANI translucent powder and just lightly dust it all over my face to set my foundation. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my Colourpop bronzer. I was like, I have not used you in a while. Like, I need to. I love this bronzer so much. So I'm just going to use that to contour around my face and just kind of give, I think it just gives like a really nice, like healthy glow. Nice sheen to it. It's not like completely matte, so I really like it. So I was like, oh, okay, all right, we're gonna use this bad boy a little bit more. There's just so many bronzers and contour powders I have, and I was like, you know what, drugstore affordable. This is a part of the affordable. Since Colourpop is not in the drugstores, it would be great if Colourpop was in the drugstore, so I can just pick it up. But they do have it in Sephora, random. You would think Ulta, but whatever. Then I'm gonna go in with that MILANI, that translucent powder I use all over my face just to kind of bake underneath my bronzer, just to kind of sharpen up that line just a little bit more. And I'm going to take my Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in the shade Rose Champagne. This kind of almost reminds me of like NARS, what is that color? That NARS Shell Baby? I forget what it's called, but it kind of reminds me of like that NARS blush a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and wipe off that powder that I did underneath my contour and just kind of blend my contour and blush and, well, that liquid highlight, which is now set, but just kind of blending out what I did for the bronzer all around my face. Then, because I'm extra, I'm going to take the Wet n Wild, the highlight powder in Precious Petals. You don't have to do this, but if you want to intensify that highlight even more, you can go ahead and add this all over where you kind of put that highlight in the tops of the cheeks, and then as well down the bridge of the nose, on the Cupid's bow, and just, you know, add a little bit of intensity, play around with it. Why not? It's the weekend. I don't know, I'm not someone who uses highlight for like the work day or whatever, so I definitely, you know, like to intensify it when I can, or when it's like not in like an office setting or anything. I mean, I probably could, but you know, I don't have that extra time for highlight Monday through Friday. Then I'm going to go ahead and take a smaller brush and just kind of add this in the inner corners of my eye, just to kind of add a little bit of shimmer there. I could have gone in with like that golden shade in the palette, but I was like, well, just kind of tie in the highlight around the face and then just tie it around the inner corners. Then I'm going to take my new Hard Candy Velvet Mousse, their liquid lipstick in the shade Dahlia. This is a really nice like burgundy type shade. I like this for my skin tone because it's not too dark, so you can still kind of see the reds, but it's not red. It's got like those like browns in it as well. I love it. So if you guys are looking for a really nice like type of burgundy liquid lipstick, really comfortable. It's not completely matte. So if you're someone who doesn't like ultra matte lipsticks because they can be a little bit dehydrating for the lips, I would definitely recommend this formula. It's not kiss proof, but honestly, if you just want like a nice lipstick in liquid lipstick form, I would definitely suggest checking this one out. And that is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see more like all drugstore affordable makeup looks. I definitely like these because these are just some that you might have in your collection, or you can just go out and buy easily that you don't have to save up for. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.